Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. We're out in Milwaukee at the World of Wheels. You gotta come out to this great car show because you're gonna see something that you haven't seen before, because this is the only one. I'm with John Bagley. John, what is the one and only that we have today?
Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for having me on the show, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Heard about you, and I know you got some great stories going on.
Thank you.
So I'm actually privileged here. I'm back in my hometown here this weekend in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We've been traveling the country here on the Evel Knievel Tribute Tour 2024, bringing Evel Knievel kind of back out to what people have. This year it marks the 50th anniversary of when Evel jumped over to Snake River Canyon. So I've got a couple great pieces from the Evel Knievel archives from the family here. The one that you're very interested in, very excited about.
Let's take a look at it. Go ahead.
Yeah, this one here is actually, a lot of people remember the Formula 1 dragster that was the toy introduced back in the 70s. Every kid played with them. A lot of people have no idea, but it was actually a real vehicle. Now this is actually the real deal vehicle from Evel Knievel. This premiered in 1975 in Kings Island, Ohio. It was only premiered twice before it went into hiding, and the Evel Knievel family kind of went their separate ways and everything else like that.
So this is it.
This is the actual wheelie car that every kid had as a toy. This is the real live version of it here, one of one. Only one of these in the world, powered by a big block Chevy, wheelie standing car. You can see where Evel sat down here, all old school. Even the old diamond plate is all metal flake here. Paint, this is the way Evel rode it. I mean, this is how he always represented himself.
You can see it's open, empty down there. Is it fiberglass?
So we got a fiberglass body. Now the reason, if you come back in, you said it's open down there. The biggest thing is whenever you have a wheelie car, because these cars go straight up in the air, when it goes straight up in the air, he needs that to see where he's going.
Ah, that's his windshield.
And now if you look to the left and right, see the master cylinder on the left, see the master cylinder on the right. What it is, those are brakes. Just like an old school tractor when you used to drive them.
Yeah.
The only steering you got when you're driving is the locked rear end, like a skid loader. So when you're up in the air like this, you have to then control your brakes left and right when you go see a wheelie car going all the way down the track. So as soon as you pick this thing up, it goes wheelies all the way down. And of course, the little graphite bars on the back shoot sparks. It was full entertainment. I mean, it was the 70s, man. That's what we did.
Yeah, this is great. Just showing you here. I'll take you on your time. This actually does run, but it's not, there's no fluids in it on this one. And you can see we've got the red, white, and blue, only as Evel Knievel would do it, with the piece there. And here's where you'd have your sparks flying back here. And I just want to show underneath. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We actually have an old school, it's all chromed underneath because Evel was a big showman. Everybody knows it. He was always red, white, and blue.
So look at the weights to pull that down. Go ahead, John.
So the weights are on their back, because as soon as you can do it, you can actually lift this thing up with one hand, and it'll lift up. That's how light this thing is in the front, because it's a weight transfer thing.
Yeah.
You know? So it's got graphite bars in here, fully chromed red in here. Everything was done, again, as a showman. Evel was just a showman, what do you want to do? He always wanted to impress the kids, the fans, and make sure of it. So in Evel's fashion, he kept this Evel logo on here and everything that's going on with the stunt cycle. This was just another version to get the crowds going, and another great idea to his fleet, the cars.
And while we're on the Evel Knievel mention, we've got, let's take a walk. This is your place.
This is my place. So we're on the owner Motor Mania Media. We have all sorts of Evel Knievel stuff here. All the merch will be here this weekend. And around the corner,
get yourself your red, white, and blue shirt.
Yes, yes,
nice.
You got a ton of them in there. Now, one of these vehicles people have seen before. This one here, everybody knows the X2 Rocket. That's the one that went over to the Grand Canyon.
This is the actual one.
Snake River Canyon. I'm sorry, I apologize for that.
This is the actual one.
This is the actual one that Evel sat in. If you walk to the other side.
All right, let's take that sign off, because I know it says don't touch. I'm not going to touch it.
Yep.
I just want to show the Chuckles candy.
So let me show you this. That was one of the sponsors he had. And I can actually, I'll pull this out just a little bit. It's on wheels, okay?
Yeah, please.
So let me go like this.
Yeah, take it anywhere you want it. Oh boy.
So this here, you can actually see. Yeah, this is actually where Evel sat.
Wow.
This is actually when he nosedived into the canyon. September 8th, 1975 or 1974 is when this all happened, and you know it's the richest hill on earth. This is all Evel's.
Wow.
Original vehicle. He had to touch. The paint was the only thing that was touched up after he crashed, so it could be put on display. And this, of course, we have the show cards in there. All the fully display. We have hero cards to give away this weekend. This, of course, was built by Robert Truex, a Navy engineer, and it's a steam-powered rocket.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. And across going across, it was almost 1 full mile across.
So the actual, this is, you know, you never saw this afterwards.
No, it went on tour here and there up at like Harley events or some cycle events, but it was always behind glass.
Yeah.
This is the first time in over 50 years we're offering on this tour to see this vehicle up close, no bars on it. You know, we have don't touch, but you can get up close to it and actually see what is going on. And it's, nobody's ever seen this before.
Right.
And of course, Evel's main phrase, color me lucky.
That's kind of scary when you see it ripped up like that. Because I mean,
it is, and we have the photos out in front of where.
Well, we were all kind of waiting for him to come out of the canyon, right?
Everybody's waiting for him to come out of the canyon.
Right.
He crashed. He was down there. The helicopters went down and got him down there, and of course he came up on top, made his famous Evel speech like he always did, that I'm okay. A lot of people, there was some controversy whether it was a stunt or actually it was a real deal, but it was the real deal.
Wow. Yeah. And again, I saw it take off, and then of course you didn't see it because it was a rocket.
Yes.
And then the next thing you know, you heard that he crashed, but they didn't want to show that, and you didn't realize how much damage there was until, well, probably for a lot of us, this moment right here as I share it.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Tell me what we have here.
So after Evel crashed here, and he then went on tour, he announced 1 year later, when he came back to Kingstown, Ohio, that he jumped 14 buses. He was done. He was going to retire. So then he did a tour because then his son Robbie was being up and coming.
Okay.
Okay. So what he wanted was a promo vehicle for people to see him in parades and shows and whatnot. So then he called Robert Truex back, the one who actually built the X2, and he said, "Hey, build me a promo vehicle for parades," which and hence came up with the Sky Cycle that shot rockets out and did all this other stuff, flames out, and just a great showpiece. And this became a toy also, one of the great Evel toys. And I've got a collection here that'll be going up later on. You'll be able to get some video footage of that too. So this was just basically a parade vehicle, but it's never been seen before. It was in the Evel archives, as we call it.
Never been seen before. Color me lucky. The man himself.
Still has the original 1970s tires on it, everything. It's they're all still here. It was just sitting in the storage areas.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's great stuff. Well, that is pretty lucky to be having the Color Me Lucky stuff, isn't it? This
is a childhood dream come true, I have to say. And again, mad props to, of course, the Knievel family for letting me do this and represent their family. I'm honored and pleasure to do this. Not only here, but across the country. You can follow us on Facebook at themotormania.com.
Which is right there, by the way.
Yep, you can follow us right there.
You can follow us right there.
Yep, and you can find out where we're going to be next. We've got a lot of great tour stops coming up next. We'll be in Detroit, Chicago, Salt Lake City. We're going to be in Sturgis. I mean, come out and see us. It's going to be a great, epic year. Every single stop, I'm adding somebody. Kristen Knievel will be here this weekend with me. Thomas Estrada, the famous artist, is going to be here. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
I mean, from a kid who grew up in the 70s having the toys, and now I'm traveling out with the real toys, it doesn't get any better.
We look forward to seeing you. I know we're in Milwaukee. We look forward to seeing you in Chicago. Are you going to Detroit?
Yep, I'll be in Detroit. We got a great unveiling of a bike over there, so we're going to be over there. So
perfect.
See you there.
All right. We might miss you. The audience will see you after the Milwaukee show, but they'll see you before the Detroit as well as the next show.
Yes.
Thanks so much, John.
All right, thanks to everybody, and come on out and see some Evel stuff, man.
Bye.